Hello, good morning to you. My name is Stuart and I am going to show you around Worcester's historic Guildhall. Okay, so you will approach the Guildhall through the main gates and we come to these fantastic huge doors, so come with me. In you come. Okay, so we are now in the great lower hall, a really wide open space. Now when we get visitors come into the lower hall, they often look up here, see those things hanging on the wall and ask what are they? So let's have a look. Now the first time I saw these, I thought maybe it's something for a horse to eat out of like that, but no. What they are, it's Worcester's very early fire brigade. So these were used to get water from the river, and there would be a human chain and the buckets would be filled from the river and just passed along, and then the next one passed along and put the fire out on the high street. Isn't that good? Okay, so here we are still in the lower hall. And if you look here, this is something that people don't necessarily know. This just looks like nice wood panelling, but in actual fact we can open that out and this is a war memorial. This is all to do with the First World War and the people of Worcester that were involved in that terrible war. There are 6 of them, 3 one end of the hall and 3 at the other end of the hall. So this is now the courtroom, so let's go in. So this used to be, surprise, surprise, a court. Okay, and what we will be doing soon is we'll be showing you the cells. Now the cells are just down below the building, down here. And the prisoners used to be brought up into here. There would be a judge sitting this end and they would have to await their fate. And some people were sent to Australia or even sentenced to death there. Okay, now from the courtroom we can go through this door and we come to the green room. Now this room, amongst other things, was used for people when they were waiting to see the mayor. So you might have heard on the telly about people sitting in a green room. Well, here's Worcester's own green room. Okay, so just before we leave the courtroom, if you bear in mind, of course, there'll be people just being tried and they've been very naughty and they might just want to try and make a run for it. So if they do, then they come running through here, turn the handle of the door to get out, scar print to the door, and turn the handle, and just won't open, by which time someone's put their hand on your shoulder. And what they didn't know is you have to pull the handle that way to open it. So that was just there to stop people escaping. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, now we've stopped on this part of the stairs just so we can look at the portrait here. This is the first Lady Mayor of Worcester, so 1931, 90 years ago, the first Lady Mayor of Worcester. Right, so we're opening this door now, the bolt off, and this opens out into the assembly room. Of grand occasions here. We do weddings, we do banquets, and back some years ago there used to be tea dances here on a Saturday afternoon. So ask your grandparents, maybe they were a bit young to come to these occasions, but who knows, your grandparents might have known, or at least known somebody that used to come to this room on a Saturday afternoon to have tea and dance the afternoon away. Okay, so we are now entering the council chamber. Come around this way with me. This is where the City Council meets and all the very important decisions are taken. Now my colleague Rob will be coming in just a minute, and he has got the sword. So the sword goes on the back of the Mayor's chair. So when the City Council are meeting, that sword is put on the back of the chair, and that means that the members of the City Council can carry on and make laws that affect us all living in the city of Worcester. Okay, we're now about to enter the Randall room. The thing about this room, if you look at all the cabinets here and things around the room, have all been donated to, or given to mayors past and present of Worcester. So they're all some lovely things in here, but we've also got a bell from HMS Worcester, 1922. Okay, so we're now about to enter a very important room, which is called the Mayor's Parlour. This is where the Mayor lives. So, if you come in here, now you remember my colleague Rob, who carried the sword into the council chamber. Rob is going to tell you a little bit about the Mayor's Parlour. Okay, thank you, Rob.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlour. This is the Mayor's office. Our Mayor runs for a 12-month period and is voted in by the local council. And the Mayor is a working councillor for the city. Our Mayor this year is Councillor Joe Hodges. We have a list of mayors over in this book from the year 1836. And the book opens up and a list of all the mayors is within this book. The feature of this room, which everybody loves to have a look at. Another key feature of the parlour is this chair sat in the corner. It's reputed to have been sat on by Queen Victoria. Nobody really actually knows this true story about the chair and how we come to get it, but it sits here within our parlour. There are many other gifts within the parlour which belong to the city, not to the Mayor. These are all gifts that have been donated over the years, some of it from the military, some of it from Royal Worcester, and it all sits in here so people can actually see it, and it's always on show. So it's very popular with a lot of visitors. Thank you for visiting the Mayor's Parlour in Worcester. I'll now hand you back over to Stuart, who will take you down to the cells.
Okay, now on our way to the cells, how about that for a key? That really is a big key. Now you remember when we were in the courtroom And I said there were some cells down below. Well, here are the cells. Really dark and creepy down here. This is where the people were held, in there, before they went upstairs to the court to await their fate. Okay? Now, would you believe it? You can get married in this room if you really want to. People can get married, and they have done in this room. Now there is one more cell up this end, up here. Now, one thing we have got at the Guildhall is some really spooky stories, all sorts of ghostly goings on. Okay, now the final part of the cells that we're going to show you is, remember I said the prisoners used to go up to the court. Well, this was the stairway. It's all blocked off, so you can't do it now, but this is where the prisoners used to go and come back once they'd received their sentence. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we're going to ask you some questions just to make sure you've been paying attention. Okay, bye.